You're here with Libby from libbystamps.com, and today we're going to make this box. It's a rather deep box out of an A4 sheet of card, well, two A4 sheets of card, and I've just decorated it with the hardwood stamp set and a few banners and what have you. And I must say thank you to Linda Parker from the UK for this idea. I've also put a candy dot in the corner, and I've made a little gift tag that goes with it. All right, so we're going to start off with, and I'm using Bermuda Bay today, a piece of card that is 21 centimetres by 21 centimetres. And we need our envelope punch board, and we're going to start at 8 centimetres, which is over here, and we're going to punch and score. And then we're going to do a quarter turn, and we're going to go to 6 centimetres and punch and score. A quarter turn, and we're going to 8 centimetres again, and we're going to punch and score. And our last quarter turn, and we're going to 6 centimetres again and punch and score. All right, now just bear with me for a moment while I zoom in so you can see this next action. I want you to be able to see the score lines and the pointer. So we're going to marry up the score line with the pointer and punch and score. And a good indicator that you've done it correctly, just while I zoom out again, is that your score line that you've just made will marry up with the score part just down here. All right, and then we're going to give it another quarter turn, marry up with the score line that you made previously, and we're going to punch and score. Another quarter turn, marry up with the score line you did previously, punch and score. And our last quarter turn, marry it up with the pointer, punch and score. All right, and that's all you need your envelope punch board for at the moment. We're making the base at the moment. All right, now we're just going to quickly fold and burnish all these score lines. They need to be burnished well so that you've got nice sharp edges on your box, so that it's well defined. And I'm just going to use some Tombow today. I find Tombow is good for 3D projects. All right, having a look at our shape that we have, we've got 2 small triangles either end and 2 large triangles. So I want you to look for the 2 small triangles and get your snips, and we're just going to snip up the edge of those tabs. So we're going to do all 4 of those. Very quickly, the last one, snip up the edge of the tab. All right, now the inside is going to be the inside of your box. So if you're doing this with DSP, make sure you choose the right side before you continue. All right, so with your adhesive, you're going to put adhesive on the inside of your box for these flaps. So we'll just go ahead and do that, because this one's going to sit up like that. And you don't need a lot, just a little bit. And we're just going to fold that over like that. Then get your scoring tool and we're going to fold it over again on that crease. Alright, and you need to just hold it for a little minute. I might not put enough Tombow down there, so just make sure you get right to the tip and just hold it for a minute. Alright, we're then going to put adhesive on the outside of our flaps and make sure it goes along the edges. A bit messy today with adhesive. Alright, and we're going to pull those up like that. Alright, so that you've got nice sharp edges. And with Tombow it's a little bit forgiving, so you've got a bit of time to get those edges quite right. Alright, and then we'll do the same with the other tab. So adhesive, down and across so that it's nice and sharp, and fold it up. And just hold it for a minute till that sets. Alright, and then we're going to do the same with the other end. So adhesive on the point, right to the point, and we're folding this in and over so that you get a nice finish, and up again, and then adhesive on the outside of these tabs. And hold it for a second till it dries. It only takes a few seconds. It can be a little bit messy if you've used a bit much, which I have today, but alright. Then we're just going to put some adhesive on the inside, and I don't worry too much about the inside of the big flaps, just enough to hold it down, and then I'm just going to fold these down and crease them in the middle so that you've got a nice firm base. Alright, then I'm going to come back in with my scoring tool and I'm just going to rescore the edges of my box all the way around, just so that I know I've got nice sharp creases. And that's the bottom of our box made. We're just going to put a base in the bottom of our box just to cover those bits that we've got in there, and our base is 7 by 10, and I usually put the Tombow in the bottom, just around there in the bottom like that, and then pop my base in just like that and push it down. So there we've got the base of our box finished, and we'll move on to the lid. Alright, lid is the same measurement, 21 centimetres by 21 centimetres, but the punching is different by 0.3 of a millimetre. So it's 8.3 we need to punch and score at, and then 6.3. Punch and score, and then continue on. So it'll be 8.3 again, punch and score, and 6.3, punch and score. And then you're going to marry up those score lines again as you did with the base, and punch and score. So marrying up those score lines, punch and score, punch and score, and the last one, and we punch and score. And then we've finished with our envelope punch board, and you're just going to make that up the same way as you did with the base. So fold and burnish all your score lines. Last one. All right, look for your small triangles, and you're going to snip down those tabs. Turn and do the other end. So it's just, you've got 4 tabs that will go onto the inside. Now I'm just going to fold these once more, and I'm going to fold it over onto the second score so that your little triangle gets scored as well. So fold and then fold it right over onto the second score so your little triangle gets scored. Same with these side ones, and those triangles are a little bit bigger, and the same on this side. Alright, and then you're going to put your box together as we did before. Alright, so my lid's together. I've got a little bit of Tombow inside. Just finish putting Tombow in it. I think this bottle's almost had it. Alright. And the piece that we need for the inside of our lid is 10.5 by 7.3, and as I said before, I put Tombow in my lid and then I just drop the piece of card in, and in it goes and sits nicely inside. And then we've got our box. Now as before, just go round and make sure all your sides are nicely creased, and I'm just using the scoring tool from the envelope punch board here. Alright, so that's our box made. So here's the bottom that we made previously, here's our lid, and if we put them together they slide in nicely just like that without a problem, and they're quite deep, so you could put quite a bit in. Now if you're wanting to put a piece on the top to decorate or embellish, that measurement is 10.5 by 7.2, and just showing you the box that I made before. Quite nice for a gift. Alright, that's it from me today. Thank you very much for stopping by. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see inside your mind. You'll find